I've been living in Korea for 5 years now, and I have a lot of people ask me how and why did I move to South Korea. And I don't think I've ever really gotten into the story, so we're gonna get into that right now. So basically, I had graduated from university. I had gotten like a full-time job. I was working, I actually had multiple full-time jobs. And the job paid well, the benefits were really great, and I liked the job. But it was so routine, and I hate routine. I hate routine. After being there and meeting people who had been there for years, like there were people who were there for 22 years who were still working the same position. They didn't want to move up. Not to say that there wasn't any room for me to move up, but I just didn't see a future with the company, even though it was a great company. And my roommate at the time, like I owe me being here all to him. So thank you. Shout out to Arnold. So both of us were just very stagnant in our lives and in our jobs, we felt like. And I remember one day we were sitting watching TV. We were watching Family Guy, where they start talking about Korea. And at the time, I knew nothing about Korea at all. This one episode, they're talking about it, and they keep playing clips of Sistar in the video, and we didn't know who Sistar was at the time. So we looked them up, we find out that they're from Korea, they're a K-pop girl group, and then we start, for some reason, we go down the rabbit hole of foreigners living in other countries. We start looking into Europe, we start looking into Australia, then we get into Asia. So my roommate decides like, oh dude, like maybe we should move to Asia, or we should move to Korea and teach English. And I was like, there's no way I can do that. Like I don't even have a degree in teaching English. But it turns out that you can move here as long as you are from a certain country and you speak English natively, you have a 4-year degree, you're qualified. I was actually super afraid to make the jump and leave my job to go to a country that I knew nothing about. So he ends up moving away, moves to Korea, and he's like, dude, I love it. Like, you need to come out here. You need to come at least for a year. I had my heart set on Australia. I was like, okay, I'm gonna move to Australia, start my life there. I really was into Australia for years, and I always wanted to move there. Finally, he convinced me. He's like, just apply. So I decided to apply, and I hear nothing back. At the same time, I'm still trying to work on like my acting, modeling, stuff like that. And I decided that I'm quitting my job and I'm gonna move to, is this car trying to park here? I'm quitting my job and I'm gonna move to Atlanta, because I was like, okay, I can get started there. It's really good for black actors, etc. Pack up everything in my U-Haul, and as I'm on the highway, I got my car hitched on the back, my dog in the front seat with me, and I get a call from my recruiter. They offer me the job, they offer me the position, and I have to decide, all right, I either go to Atlanta and try to make something happen, or I just leave for a year and see what I can make of it. Clearly, I chose to come and try it out for a year, because what the fuck else was I doing? So I came here, something in this city just made me feel alive, and I was like, I have to stay here. And like, teaching was great, don't get me wrong, but I knew that it wasn't for me, especially not long term. So obviously you guys see that I made a career and a life for myself here outside of teaching, and so it's just possible for you to do it too. But that's pretty much how I ended up moving here. I just applied for a teaching program, I had all my credentials, I had to go through a bunch of background checks and everything like that, and then I was able to move to Korea. No, I did not know Korean at the time. Yes, I'm still learning Korean. I don't know, I love it here, and I've made a life for myself. I've made a lot of friends here. I know a lot of people come here and they don't have the best time, especially as a foreigner here or being black here. I have not experienced any of that, really. I've always had a great time living here, and I've always had a great time making friends and meeting people. It's been super easy for me. So for the people who are having a harder time meeting people and making friends, branch out more, stick it out longer. Like, I did have a girl who came here once, like she found my videos, I helped her get a job here, and she stayed for 4 days and went back to her country because she was like, it's not for me. Give it some time, it takes a long time. Like, even me, I had a whole 2 months of an adjustment period before I was able to really get into the flow of things and really enjoy my time here. So stick it out. If you guys need any help, if you have any more questions about Korea or moving here or anything like that, feel free to ask me. So hopefully this video helped.